Number 9, Black Hole, and number 99, Slam Punk. That is your Mob City group of skaters, and we're coming right up to the line.
As a matter of fact, I see Thunder Bunny and Ferris Wheels, all the blockers, everyone in place, getting ready to kick off the first jam of this game. Ferris Wheels bump to the outside. Thunder Bunny looking for a lane there on the in, is met with a Cherry City defense. Blossoms bump Thunder Bunny to the outside.
Oh, and Thunder Bunny's going to the box. That's going to put Cherry City on a power jam.
Blossoms with a power jam there. Ferris Wheels the only jammer on the track for at least the next 30 seconds. Ferris Wheels bump to the inside with a huge move by Lunar. Gonna look to recycle now. Is gonna have to deal with Fluttershy up at the front. Ferris Wheels sneaking through tiny lane on the inside. 4 points up on the board for the Blossoms. Although Thunder Bunny has returned to the track, the Blossoms still have a 4-3 pack advantage as Modzilla continues to serve that penalty called earlier in the jam. Ferris Wheels has 4 more points up on the board. Thunder Bunny still grinding away on an initial pass. Ferris Wheels a hop, a skip, and 4 more points in the sky. Thunder Bunny is out and through. That initial pass is complete. Ferris Wheels, meanwhile, is back in the back of the pack. Picking up 2 points, decides to call the jam. Huge 14-0 start there for the Blossoms.
Just talk. And I'll tell you exactly what will take Alice. I will not talk over you, but I will fill silence for this until I don't read this.
Nope, we're good. We're good.
All right.
Slam Punk there squaring off against TK Oda. Both jammers in the pack. That Blossom jammer shouldering the way through.
TK Oda breaks through for the lead. TK Oda takes that outside line and is able to pick up 4 points.
Big
for
bump
the
from Stereo,
Blossoms.
not quite enough. Meanwhile, Slam Punk bump to the inside by the Blossom pivot.
TK Oda is through for another 4 points for the Blossoms.
Great second effort there. Risky gamble. Meeting Slam Punk at the front. Scary, it's coming forward, looking to play a little offense. Very successfully so. Slam Punk has escaped.
TK Oda struggling to break through that tripod, but gets a little help from Don't Gamble.
TK Oda going to call that jam, but not before Slam Punk is able to sneak in, picking up the first point of the day for the Mob City Misfits. And here comes Apex Twin.
Apex Twins celebrating their senior year here.
Rumor has it she already owns a jersey for her new adult league.
Rumor has it.
She'll be squaring off just now against Off the Brails. Off the Brails finds a teeny tiny line up the inside, but that is all that is needed. Apex Twin bump to the inside, going to be forced to recycle. Meanwhile, Off the Brails coming around, looking to put up some more points for Cherry. Apex Twin once again bump to the outside. That was a huge hit there by Intoxiscate.
Apex Twin trying to find an opening in that pack of red. Keeps going for that inside corner and gets shoved inside. Penalty called on our pivot for the Blossoms. And that allows Apex Predator to get, or Apex Twin to get through.
Off the Brails bump to the outside by Slayer. Going to go ahead and call that jam 3 more points. Manages to get it done before Apex Twin is able to put up any points of her own. And here comes Maya Sora. And I'm going to sit.
All right. That's done. A lot of pain going up against Maya Sora. And a lot of pain called for a cut track.
Maya Sora on a power jam with lead jammer status. Maya Sora looking to their wall. Getting a little offensive help, finding a lane around the outside. 4 points in the sky for Mob City.
Love to see somebody helping their jammers. Oh.
Maya Sora there in the pack. That contact from number 1-8 Intoxicate was both high and also out of position on the track. She's going to go sit not for 1, but rather 2 penalties.
A lot of pain completing their initial pass, and the jam is called off.
Maya Sora with 3 more points and a call before the Blossoms are able to put any more up. Or else coming to the jammer line for the first time today for Mob. Going to be squaring off against TKOda. Both teams at equal strength, although neither is at full strength. We are 3-on-3 in the pack with a penalty being served by a blocker from each team. Or else with a big scramble and a pair of shoulders. Gets knocked down, but they all get up again. Huge recycle effort there by the Blossoms. Meanwhile, TKO bumped to the outside. Or else. The jammer.
TKOda able to get through for their initial pass. Just as Or else comes around and meets the pack again. Forced to the outside. Calls off the jam, but picks up 3 points before doing so.
Thunder Bunny back again. Squaring off this time against Nano Rolls.
After checking the box, we've got the right amount of skaters on the track.
That is a 4-2 pack advantage for Mob City. Thunder Bunny through this time easily with a little help from her friends. Nano Rolls having to deal with Helldiver there as the last line of defense, but she is now also through.
Blossoms returning to full strength.
Thunder Bunny getting the worst of it there from collateral damage.
Picked up 3 points on that pass.
Apex Twin returns to the jammer line.
Going up against Ferris Wheels.
Both teams back to full strength, 5-on-5 roller derby, just like the rulebook says. Oh man, I thought I was going to get a pivot line start. We are not. What we are going to get is a scrum and a scramble.
And it's Ferris Wheels out in front to pick up lead for the Blossoms. 5:05 going to the box. Apex Twin completing their initial pass.
Ferris Wheels up on toe stops, getting bounced and bumped. Apex Twin with a hop, a skip, and a jump's going to manage to put up 3 points.
Apex Twin just snuck right in there at the last minute.
I love it when the children can fly.
It's amazing.
Amazing. Here comes Slam Punk returning to the jammer line for Mob City. That appears to be TKO coming back for the Blossoms. Oh, hey.
We have a
Team
team timeout.
You'd think.
Oh, it's real hard.
It must be rehearsed.
God, there's nothing worse than a jam timer never practiced, and then they try to blow it, and you're like, yeah. I literally teach the parents at Mob City how to blow off jam. Like, no, we're gonna practice this ish, and it's not 3. It's all 4.
Yeah.
Ferris Wheels finds a lane on the inside that is not occupied by a jammer referee. Apex Twin still juking and grinding. Bump to the out.
Ferris
That time managed to hang on.
Ferris Wheels makes it through for another 4 points for the Blossoms, but Apex Twin is able to get through for their initial pass and is right behind. Blossoms calls off the jam, picks up 2 more points.
TK Oda and Thunder Buddy pulling up the jam line for their respective teams. The penalty box has emptied, both teams at full strength in the pack. Formidable 4 walls. Thunder Buddy looking for a juke, tries to find a place on the outside. Gets pushed to the line and then not quite over. Great work there by Nazgul, number 99.
Lead picked up by TK Oda. Thunder Bunny through for their initial pass. TK Oda hitting the pack about the same time.
TK Oda bump to the inside, does manage to make it. Staying in bounds, 1, 2, 3 points, says Arson Crafts. 3-0 jam in favor of the Blossoms as Maya Sora returns to the jammer line. Going to be joined this time by number 505 off the brails. We've got some Mob City teammates sitting over there in the front row watching intently as Maya Sora looks to Fox McLeod for some offense, finds it, and emerges with lead jammer status. Off the brails, bump to the outside, going to be run back. That is 132. Modzilla taking care of that business. Maya Sora back in the pack. Gets bumped to the out. Blossoms do not have a chance to recycle them far.
Off the brails, called for a cut track. Leaves Maya Sora on a power jam for Mob.
Maya Sora hits the pack. When that no pack was called, it was charged to number 132 Modzilla, so they're going to go have a seat for pack destruction. Meanwhile, Maya Sora is going to find a little juke there on the outside, putting 4 more points in the sky for Mob City.
Right on that outside corner, off the brails, comes in and completes their initial pass. Puts the pressure on. Jam is called.
Maya Sora asks for a little O, gets some help from their friends, comes through with 2 points before calling the jam off. 10-0 jam in favor of Mob City. We love a team that communicates.
Lot of pain coming up to the line against Slam Punk.
Slam Punk having a chat with that wall. 3 wall for now, 4 wall in moments as the Mob City blocker standing in the penalty box.
Lot of pain, breaks through quickly, gets in and is lead jammer. A lot of pain weaving their way through. Picks up another 4 points for Blossoms.
Modzilla back on the track looking to play a little O. Trying to get Slam Punk through. Did not quite work that time. However, Slam Punk bounces off a block there from Oliver Twisted. Manages to hang on. Beautiful backward outside edge spiral. Right around the outside. Modzilla's going to get called for some illegal contact.
Modzilla through.
Slam Punk has 4. Blossoms also 4 points there. 8-4 jam in favor of the Blossoms just then. Or else returns to the track. Wearing the star from Mob City. Here comes TK Oda. We have not one but 2 Mob City blockers serving some time in the sin bin at the moment for 2 blocker advantage. Let's TKO to get through the pack quickly and easily, picking up lead jammer status in the process. Or else still dealing with the tripod there at the back as TKO to swings through, picking up the next 4 points. That whistle was for Slayer. Looks like a forearm penalty. No, pardon me, a cut track penalty. Meanwhile, it looks like 4 more points for the Blossoms. Or else is through. Initial pass is complete.
TK Oda picks up another 4 points and calls off the jam, bringing their total to 12 points on that jam. Hell Diver going up against Ferris Wheels. Got 1 mob skater in the box. We're going to have a pack advantage.
Helldiver pushing and grinding, getting a little help from Fluttershy there at the front. Ferris Wheels, however, able to escape first.
Helldiver completing their initial pass as well, as all mob skaters are now on the track.
Ferris Wheels squeezes 3 points out of the jam before calling it off. Holding Helldiver to a 0 once again. Here comes Thunder Bunny! This time jamming against Oliver Twisted! Oliver Twisted, first time jamming for the Blossoms today, has been an incredibly effective blocker.
Indeed.
Now he gets to have some fun doing a different thing. Thunder Bunny finds a lane, but then immediately finds it occupied by Intoxicate.
And it's Oliver Twisted through for lead status for the Blossoms.
Box McCloud with some excellent offense, getting joined there by Modzilla. Thunder Bunny still pushing and grinding. Meanwhile, Oliver Twisted squeaks past Slayer and Aces Wild, their last line of defense, for more points for the Blossoms.
Oliver Twisted checking with the corner coach, getting some direction on what to do next. Comes into that pack, picks up 4 more points. Coach says, go ahead and try again.
Thunder Bunny, hat in hand, hat hit the floor. Only the jammer is allowed to pick up a dropped cover.
A lot of back and forth, but Oliver Twisted is able to get through.
Modzilla now wearing the star. Well, now Modzilla wearing the star for Mob City. 4 whistles come. Modzilla, however, 1 point, and I do not know if that point was in the hat at the time it got passed or if it came there at the end of the jam. Everything was very tight and close, but I am confident our jammer referees have the score correctly.
Coming to the line for the Blossoms is Collateral Damage. And for the Mob City, we've got Apex Twin. Apex Twin quickly jumps out in front, picks up lead status. Adjusts that knee pad and keeps going. Apex Twin
doing what she does, a hop, a skip, a jump, 4 points. And calls it off, 4-0 jam in favor of Mob City. Slam Punk returning to the track.
When Apex jumps, it feels like Inception, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, it is Twinception.
Twinception.
I'm sleep deprived. I get real silly.
Same.
Just wait till tomorrow morning.
All right.
Lot of Pain and Slam Punk getting ready to jam. Fox McCloud, then Bella Bonlet, both opening a lane.
Slam Punk picks up lead. We've got a star pass for the Blossoms.
Waiting to see how many points Slam Punk got credit for there on that last pass.
We're going to have Maya Sora going up against Oliver Twisted.
I know in my heart the conversation the officials are having right now, but I shan't share it in case I may be wrong. Also, it's very technical.
To the line.
I did, in fact, assess correctly the contents of that conversation. Slam Punk was assessed a penalty there at the end of the last jam. Cut track penalty is therefore beginning this jam as jammer of record for Mob City in the box.
Power start means lead status for Oliver Twisted. We're going to see some offensive blocking here by the Blossoms to help Oliver Twisted get through.
That is Slayer just called to the penalty box. I didn't even hear the whistle, but I do believe it happened.
Oliver Twisted through for 4 points for the Blossoms.
Slayer serving a blocker cut.
Slam Punk coming out of the box, hitting the pack right away. Oliver Twisted pushed to the inside.
It's a big hip there by Fluttershy.
Has to roll back. Catches that inside corner and picks up 4 points for the Blossoms. Slam Punk still trying to find their way through.
Great defensive work there by Slayer. Intoxicate knocked the jammer out. Slayer went and knocked that blocker out. Therefore, the blocker went null. Slam Punk was able to re-enter in front of her. Slam Punk, however, still struggling there with an incredible defensive wall there at the back of the pack. Meanwhile, Oliver Twisted is through with 4 more points.
Oliver Twisted pushing that last Mob skater and picks up 4 more points. 16-point jam so far for Oliver Twisted. Oliver Twisted picks up 2 more points, taking them to an 18-point jam for Oliver Twisted. Well done. Collateral Damage coming to the line to go up against Apex Twin.
Apex Twin when they were Trin Vicious. Yes. I still, because Trin is their real name, I still sometimes just say Trin, and I'm like, that's not right anymore.
Listen to Trin used to hang out some, and so I used to call her Trin too.
Apex Twin does have lead jammer status, however, Collateral Damage hot on her heels. Apex is saying, get to the front, get to the front.
Apex puts on the speed, picks up some points, calls off the jam, and is able to hold the Blossoms to no points.
Thing we say in Derby as coaches is that every jam is 0-0, and Apex managed to make that jam 2-0. So
Helldiver coming up to the line, going up against Ferris Wheels.
Ferris Wheels finds a lane first there on the inside. Helldiver bumped over the line. Going to have to recycle. Not far, though. He manages to hold his space. Then gets bumped again to the outside there by number 9-5. That's Little Trouble. Helldiver once again bumped to the outside. Meanwhile, Ferris Wheels getting it there from a four wall at the front. Bump to the in, bump to the out, bump to the in again. Helldiver, however, has passed the star.
Ferris Wheels picks up 4 points, calls off the jam.
Lunar barely had the time to get the star on their head. Ferris Wheels was like, nah, we're going to be done. Here comes Intoxiscate.
Going up against Thunder Bunny.
Both jammers in the pack. Thunder Bunny ramming into that three wall there at the front.
Intoxiscate takes that inside line and is able to find a pocket to get through. Picks up lead status for the Blossoms. Four points going on the board for Intoxiscate. Got one Blossoms blocker in the box, giving our mob team a one blocker advantage.
Aces Wild puts a hip in, not quite enough to get Intoxiscate over the line. She's going to emerge with 4 more points for the Blossoms. Star Pass has happened. That is Scariot with hat in hand. Grinding there at the back of the pack.
I'm not sure how Intoxiscate stayed in, but they did. That was an amazing balancing act. Fancy footwork on the part of Intoxiscate to pick up another 4 points.
Scariot thought the coast was clear. It was indeed not. Going to get called to the penalty box for a cut track penalty as the jammer, as the hat had been well and truly and officially passed on.
Another 4 points for Intoxiscate. You see those Blossoms out there trying to hold the blockers from having any access to their jammer. And Intoxiscate makes it past 2 and is working to make it past. Gets 4 more points. Intoxiscate currently on a 20-point jam. Picks up another 4. 24-point jam for Intoxiscate. That deserves applause for sure.
Maya Sora returning to the jammer line wearing the star for Mob City. It's number 99 Nazgul. First time jammer for the Blossoms. 4 whistles. Says timeout. The gun show up front says we don't play Luller Derby.
Yes.
Maya Sora charges right in. Gets a little offensive help there on the outside. Almost makes it through, but is denied passage by TK Oda. Meanwhile, Nazgul's having to deal with Modzilla here at the back of the pack. Huge 3-wall with Slayer and Fluttershy putting the squeeze on Nazgul.
Forearm called on Nazgul.
Putting Maya Sora on a power jam.
4 points going on the board for Maya Sora.
Got a Mob City blocker penalty. I believe that is Fluttershy going to have a seat. For an out of play penalty. Maya Sora to the out, then to the in, then to the back of the track. Forearm called there also on a Blossom blocker.
And another cut track called on 99, the jammer for Blossoms, which means we are back to a power jam for Maya Sora.
All 4 points were in that hat when Maya Sora called the jam off. Gonna get a power start here.
Power start for Helldiver.
Helldiver managed to roll back into legal position moments before the whistle.
Quickly finds an opening and gets an inside corner, picks up lead jammer status.
Mob City says, let's speed it up. Let's play a little offense, and they do. Helldiver racing through, using speed, using power. Nazgul has passed the helmet.
A little bit of a whip.
Helldiver gets those points, calls the jam, 4-0 for Mob City as Fox McCloud approaches the jammer line with a star on his head.
Going up against TK Oda.
Well, that just happened. We're getting pictures of this, right?
Fox McCloud finding that inside, trying to get his way through, but it's TK Oda that is able to get that inside corner and pick up lead. Fox McCloud pushing on those blockers. And is able to get through for their initial pass. TK Oda picks up 4 points, calls off the jam. You did it, Fox. You made it through, man.
Apex Twin returning to the jammer line. As is a lot of pain.
I feel like we've seen this matchup before.
Indeed.
These two. Apex Twin out of the gate. First to get out in front of the pack, picks up lead for Mob.
That whistle's going to send Scariot to have a seat for a forearm.
Apex Twin catches that inside corner, gets another 4 points. Star pass to Ferris Wheels. Apex calls it from the floor, but Ferris Wheels is able to pick up 4 points on that.
Thunder Bunny in talks to skate. Intoxicate very cleverly, smartly, checks the box, makes sure that the Blossoms have the appropriate number and correct number of blockers on the track for the situation. Thunder Bunny is in fact through with lead jammer status.
And that's going to put Mob on a power jam because Intoxicate is going to the box for a forearm.
That is Lunar about to have a seat for out of play, illegal position. Thunder Bunny bumped to the in. She is going to be forced to recycle. Still on a power jam. Modzilla going to go have a seat. That was a direction of gameplay penalty. Great job killing that jammer penalty here by the Blossoms. Thunder Bunny still in the pack as Intoxicate approaches. Absolutely iron wall work there at the front. We just got a little blocking done while the skates were going in the wrong direction.
Thunder Bunny pushed to the outside, but so is the blocker. So Thunder Bunny gets up and takes the 4 points.
That's Oliver Twisted taking a star pass.
Oh.
That low block there at the end of the jam from Little to Rebel was called. She's going to go have a seat. But I believe it's going to be a moment as some paperwork gets handled.
Oh, yeah, you can see it. You know what the red stripe means.
This referee crew is absolutely on top of it, as is this non-skating crew, to make sure the paperwork, all of the numbers, the stats, the information is all correct and complete before we move on to the next jam, which we have done.
Slam Punk finds their way to the front, picks through that pack, and picks up lead status for the Mobs. And Slam Punk for 4 more points. Fox McCloud with a big hit on TK Oda.
Slam Punk bump to the outside. Comes back in, still making a concerted effort there to get through. Meanwhile, Fluttershy with a huge hip sends the Blossom Jammer to the out. Blossom Jammer once again dealing with Fluttershy, then dealing with Bella Bomblet. Now dealing with Fox McCloud. Meanwhile, Slam Punk getting the worst of it here from Miscreant there at the front. Gets a little help from Aces Wild. Managing to stay in bounds, but only just run into the inside line. Meanwhile, TK Oda hat in hand, dealing with Bella Bomblet here at the back of the pack. Hat got passed. Meanwhile, Slam Punk had all 4 points in the bank. No points in the hat when it was passed. 8-0 jam there in favor of Mob City. 2.5 minutes left to go in this contest. Intoxicate is back on the jammer line.
Going up against Hell Diver.
Penalty box stands empty. 5-on-5 roller derby. Just the way we like it. Intoxicate finds the lane there on the inside. She is through. Lead jammer status for the Blossoms.
Intoxicate moving that entire pack out of their way. Picks up 4 more points for the Blossoms.
Meanwhile, Jules Byrne and Ferris Wheels there working together. It's also Midnight Smack there, really making Helldivers Day as difficult as they possibly can.
Intoxicate spinning around like a top, makes it through for 4 more points. Intoxicate weaving their way through. 4 more points for the Blossoms.
That Blossom wall there at the back, that tripod is extraordinarily solid. Doing their best to keep the Star from getting past.
And we have a Star pass.
Star wound up in Lunar's hand. Intoxicate put 1 more point up on the board. Then the jam was called for time.
Probably going to have 1 more jam here. We got time to get to the line. It's going to be a lot of pain going up against Apex Twin. Apex Twin picks up lead.
A lot of pain right on her heels, though. It is a whole foot race.
Apex Twin weaving through that pack, trying to find a way to get a couple
Period.
more points
Clock
on the
has
board.
now
for Mob.
expired. We are on jam time only.
Hell on the outside picks up 4 points for Mob. Official time has expired. We're now just on jam time. And it goes as long as Apex Twin says it does.
Apex Twin says 1 jam is enough time for me to put 4 more points on the board.
We have a Star pass for the Cherry Blossoms.
Risky gamble. Now the jammer of record for the Blossoms.
Your unofficial score. Mob City 124 and the Cherry City Cherry Blossoms 236.
Friends, fans, and different players of other teams, you are absolutely welcome to come out to the middle, stand against the line, and get your free high fives. Please, however, make sure that the officiating crew has a lane through which to vacate the track when they choose to do so.